Hi, thank you for joining me. I'm Amy McCants, and I'm an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up. Thanks for joining me on Ready Aim Stamp. Today we have the pleasure of my good friend and team leader, Nancy Bruce. Hi! She is going to share some very fun and easy cards with us. All right, thanks for joining us. Ready Aim Stamp. This is a Forever Blossoms whitewash technique that Nancy is going to share with us. It was cased, which means copy and share everything, from Tina Zink, the Serene Stamper.
Okay, so we're going to start today with Tempting Turquoise cardstock. And what you're going to need, well, here's a picture of the stamp or the card that I did first. It's not a picture, it's the real thing. This is the card that I did first. This is what I did on the inside. So I'm going to move that slightly out of the way, and I'm going to grab my stuff here. And what you're going to need is cardstock that is cut, just your basic card, 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4. And then you need one more. We're going to do it a little bit different than the card I just showed you. We're going to cut another Tempting Turquoise that's 5 by 3 3/4, and then you need some Whisper White. Actually, you need 2 of them, one for the inside and one for the outside, and they will be 5 1/4 by 4 inches. So let's get started. So what we're going to do first is we're going to take this 5 by 3 3/4 card, and I'm going to take my stamp. And I'm going to take also, I better move this, or do we leave it? Move it. Okay, so this is my sentiment that I'm going to use. So we need a Versamarker because we're going to do white embossing. So stamp that up, and I want it right down here. There we go. I'm going to put it right down there just like that. Okay, then I'm going to take my Forever Blossoms, and I'm going to stamp that up with the Versamarker. And you can just place it anywhere you want. So I'm just going to go like this. And then I'm going to do this again. And I'm going to go down here part way. And I think I might get some little leaves in there, if I can. Just like that. All right. So we'll put that away. But while we're still having the Versamarker out, we're going to take some scrap of turquoise and my little butterfly from Butterfly Gala, and I'm going to put Versamarker on the little butterfly and stamp it right there. Okay, so I'm going to take my white embossing powder and I'm going to put it on there. Make sure I get his little wing. Tap that off, and then I'm going to take this and I'm going to do the whole thing. I'm going to try not to get my fingers on the Versamark. That's very annoying. Yeah, get that little bud. Check it out. Brush it off. Okay, so I've got that all on there. And now I'm going to take this over to the hot tool, the heat tool, and I'm going to do that out of sight. All right, so I got that all embossed with the white embossing, and now I'm going to show you how I get the color. So I'm using 3 different colors. I'm using Pool Party, I'm using Bermuda Bay and Tempting Turquoise. And we're going to start with Pool Party. So I'm not a very good colorer. So this is a really good way to do color if you don't think that you're good at color. So I take my blender pen and I just tap. Can you see that? Yes, you can. Okay, so I just tap that and I just kind of color in here. Just do it. And then, well, normally I'll just do some of this too. So you're just gonna just go around and you're gonna color in, like I'm doing the bottom part of the everything, bottom part of the flower, bottom part of the leaves, bottom part of the flower. You can take your time if you're more of a perfectionist, which I'm not. So Amy's laughing at me.
I am.
She knows me really well. I just, I know my limits, and my limit of coloring is very limited. So I just try to get it on there. Okay, so I'm going to stop with that color for now. I'll finish that later. And then I'm going to take my Bermuda Bay. And that'll be my next color. And you just color some more in there. Now this butterfly is pretty small. You could have just done it tone on tone and not worried about 3 colors. But the flowers look really good with the 3 colors, I think.
They do. It definitely adds some depth and dimension.
Yes. So you just do the same thing I did with the other. Just keep adding color, just like that.
Yes, Nancy did not jump onto the adult coloring pages bandwagon.
Not at all. I didn't even like to color when I was a small child, so that tells you something. Okay, so then I'm going to show you the last color, which is Tempting Turquoise. And again, like I said, you could just do 1 color if you wanted, and it still turns out really pretty. In fact, at the end, I'm going to show you a card where I did that. So you just keep going right over your embossing.
And in between colors, I don't know if it was on camera or not, but she's just wiping it off on a paper towel to get a little bit of that color off of her blender.
Yes. If you go from light to dark colors, it's not so big of a deal, but you don't want to get color on your stamp pad, so just keep coloring like this till you get it all colored in the way you like it. You can see it really does add some nice color in there.
I like it.
Okay, so then when you get those colors in there, you take that paper towel that you were using or some kind of cloth and you just rub that a little bit, and what it does is it gets the color off of the white embossing and kind of blends that in kind of nice. So that's how we're going to color that. But because you don't really want to watch me color, I'm pretty sure, I'm going to just bring in another one that I've already finished. So that would be this one.
Pull the card up so they can see.
Oh, okay. There. Can you see that? See how the color, you can see the 3 colors in there? Okay. So now we're going to take that cardstock, the white, Whisper White, which was your 5 1/4 by 4. And will you get my, right there? Yes, thank you. Okay, I forgot my glue. I like to use Tombow most of the time because I like that it gives you that little bit of wiggle room.
See where I get it? I get it from Nancy.
Hopefully she gets the good stuff from me. All right, so then you put this on your cardstock and you just can eyeball it down. See, I need wiggle room. All right, so there's that. And then we're going to take this one and we're just going to put it right on top. You could use dimensionals. I didn't think about it till this very second. So we won't this time, but it would look really nice if you did. Then you're just going to eyeball that and put that down. Okay. Then we're going to take our punch and we're going to punch out our little butterfly. Just like that. And I like to curl its little wings a little bit with my bone folder. One reason I like to do that is because then it kind of leaves you that little spot there where you can put your dimensional, except I lost them. Okay, so I'm just going to cut just a tiny little piece of dimensional and put it on the back of this little butterfly. Make sure it doesn't show, which it doesn't. Okay. Take that off. And I'm going to put him right there. He kind of blends in a lot, but I like him. So, okay. Then we're going to take, I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to bring this in. And my stamp. And the Tempting Turquoise. Oops, sorry. All right, so I'm going to stamp this flower. But I'm just going to put it just down in the corner. I think like that. That works for me.
Very pretty.
Okay. So, same thing with this. Let me wipe that off. I will use my Tombow. Tombow works really well and you don't need very much of it to get it to do what you want it to do. So there's that. And then I like to take my bone folder and just do this.
That's a good idea.
And so there's the card. There's the card. All right. It's wrong. Now I want to show you. This is the one I did that was just tone on tone. So I did the green leaves. I'll bring it up here. Just with the green. It's it's wild wasabi. Yes, wild wasabi. I did that. And then this is Blackberry Bliss, and I did it with Blackberry Bliss also. So you can see it still has some color there, but it's not quite as exciting as this one or this one. Oh, I forgot my bling. Amy, how could you let me forget bling?
I don't know.
So I'll put the bling on later, but you can see this one has the little rhinestones in there, and this one has the rhinestones in there. Very pretty, very, I don't know, simple.
Sparkle.
Yes, it does. So thanks for watching.
Thank you very much. Pretty soon we're going to be with part 2 with our second card from Nancy.